Slack it, go on. But the books aren't for sale. The posters are free if you give us an email. So if you drop us an email, we'll email you the posters. You can take photos of everything. Yeah, you can take photos of everything. Because our people don't understand that the reason why they're called West Africans, when we, when Jerusalem was campus about by the Romans, the Israelites fled into West Africa, where the original Hamitic Africans were, and they took on the names of the Hamitic tribes. So you had Israelites now calling themselves Ghanaian and Nigerian, this and that, to hide themselves among the heathens. It's 110 or 114? 110 or 114? 110 or 114? A YouTube channel, yeah? You got that? He's got one, yeah? The books. You got to take photos of the books. The books aren't for free. So if you've got a phone, you can take photos of the books, and then you can find the book yourself. See what I'm saying? And the posters, if you give us an email, then the posters are free. But the posters are only for the Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, West Africans, and Mexicans, and Latinos. It's only for our people. We're not out here for none of the heathens. You see what I'm saying? See, the thing with Christianity is come one, come all. Because it's a business. You see what I'm saying? Go on.
This is us how we got to the west coast of Africa, yeah? From Babylon to Timbuktu. In the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem. In 70 AD, General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state. Right. So the Romans, as these Caucasians, they put an end to the Israelite state. Right? And that's where most of these famines happen, because you were garrisoned round about. Your enemies put a garrison round you, which is what? Martial law, back in the day. You see what I'm saying? Go on. That's what it says here in Matthew, it's prophesied. Matthew chapter 24, verse 20, verse 16. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. When it says flee into the mountains, it doesn't mean high places, it means into the other towns and cities. That's what our people did. They fled into the interiors of Africa. Okay, go on. Okay, in the year, where is it? Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state with great slaughter. During the period of the military governors of Palestine, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people. Right. Many atrocities and outrages were done against you Israelites, as it says in the Maccabees, where they were forcing you to eat pork. They were forcing you to follow the laws of who's the guy? I can't remember the guy's name. But they were trying to come up with this one world religion. Any of you Israelites, you gotta get that script for me, man. First Maccabees 1:57. Any of you Israelites that were caught following the Bible, you were put to death. That's what's going to happen again. First Maccabees 1:57. I might speak next week, man. First Maccabees chapter 1 verse I'll start with 56. And when they had rent in pieces the books of the law which they found.
Right, well, hold on. You have to go to the bit when that's it. Moreover, King Antiochus 41.
Antiochus Epiphany, yeah? Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people.
Right, and they're trying to start the New World Order back then. Read that again, man. You got to read it loud.
First Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people.
Right? That was that one world order that they were pushing back there in the Roman times that didn't happen. Go on.
And everyone should leave his laws, so all the heathen agreed.
Right. So all the heathen nations agreed to the king, because the Most High's not dealing with the heathen, so of course it would benefit them. Go on.
And everyone should leave his laws, so all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion.
Right, so you even had Israelites that consented to the laws, that basically to the New World Order back then.
Go on. Can't. And religion comes from the Latin religio, which means to hold back and restrain. Okay, that's why this is not a religion up here. This is our heritage, which was stripped from us. If you want to go find religion, you can go into the churches or go into Islam. You so-called Negro, Hispanic, Native American and West Africans. And sacrifice unto idols and profane the Sabbath. For the king had sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and to the cities of Judah that they should follow the strange laws of the land.
Right, that they should follow the strange laws of the land. Okay, that's what they were trying to get you Negroes, Hispanics and Native Americans to do. They're trying to get you to break away from the laws that the Most High gave you. Go on. And forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice, and drink offerings in the temple, and that they should profane the Sabbaths and festival days, and pollute the sanctuary and holy people. Right, so to pollute our sanctuary and the holy people. You Negroes, Hispanics and Native Americans and West Africans, how have you polluted yourself? By taking on the customs of the heathen nation. Right? You've changed your glory into shame. Go on. Sell altars and groves and chapels of idols, and sacrifice swine's flesh and unclean beasts. Right, and you started sacrificing swine's flesh and unclean beasts. Okay? That's what the Bible's saying, because you're not supposed to be eating swine, which is pork. You're not supposed to be eating that. Okay? You're not supposed to, go on, Rick.
Yeah, pork, crab, shrimp, lobster, catfish, crayfish. Yeah, because I know a lot of the on the west coast of Nigeria and Sierra Leone and that, they like to use catfish, or they like to cook their jollof with crayfish and put crayfish in their seasoning. You're not supposed to be eating a crayfish. Yeah, that's a bottom feeder. That's the same family of cockroach. Would you pick up a cockroach and yam that? No. So why are you going to put crayfish in your food?
Because they've been conditioned to do that. That's what the Bible says. What? The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the ways of the wicked seduce him. Go on.
And it's mad salt as well, man. No, I ain't tasted it, but I've been told, innit? They like...
You tasted it then, haven't you?
No, she ate some of it. That they should also leave their children uncircumcised.
Right, that you should also leave your children uncircumcised.
But, like, what's his name? Omarion, the rapper. Yeah, he was getting looked down upon because he was uncircumcised. Because our women know that a man is clean when you're circumcised. Okay, it's a law unto the Bible. Those on the West Coast, they're circumcised on the 4th day. Even though they don't know the law strictly, it's in the spirit that they recognize the law. So it's a law unto themselves, as the scripture says. Okay, they keep up the law without even knowing it. That they should also leave their children uncircumcised and make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation, to the end that they might forget the law and change all the ordinances. And whosoever would not do according to the commandment of the king, he said, he should die.
Right. So anyone that wouldn't do the commandment of the king should be put to death. You need to read faster, man.
If I read any faster, I don't understand. In the self-same manner wrote he to his whole kingdom, and appointed overseers over all the people, commanding the cities of Judah to sacrifice city by city. Then many of the people were gathered unto them to witness, everyone that forsook the law, and so they committed evils in the land.
Right, so that's what has happened. Overseers were put over you. Like, what is it? Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton. What is it? What's the guy's name? Pastor Chris and Benny Hinn and all them. Those are overseers. Martin Luther King. Those are your overseers, okay? They're supposed to be your pillars of the black community, but they're actually pillars of the white community. Because what is it? Edomite man is using them. Go on.
And drove the Israelites into secret places, even wheresoever they could flee for secure.
Right, and that's what it says here in Babylon to Timbuktu, chapter, what is it? From Babylon to Timbuktu, the first dispersion of the Israelites into Africa. It says, page 116, some of these Israelites went to Northern Europe, Italy and Turkey. Most of them went into Arab countries of Northern and Western Africa. These Israelites would naturally go to the Hamitic countries, most of all because of less persecution, and they could disguise themselves easily among the Hamitics. Okay, that's why Israelites went into West Africa, because they could hide themselves amongst the true Hamitic Africans. Go on.
Come on, that's why the angel told Joseph and Mary to flee into Egypt, because Herod was going to kill the child. Who the world was Jesus Christ? What does that make who the world was Jesus Christ an Egyptian? No, he just fled there because they're the same complexion as us. Because if it wasn't the same complexion, or if he wasn't dark skinned, Herod would have found him in Egypt. He would have stuck out like a sore thumb. First Maccabees chapter 1 and 53 and drove the Israelites into secret places, even wheresoever they could flee for secure. Now the 15th day of the month, Casleu, in the 145th year, they set up the abomination of desolation upon the altar, and builded idol altars throughout the cities of Judah on every side, and burned incense at the doors of their houses and in the streets. And when they had rent in pieces the books of the law which they found.
Right, so the Romans, which are these Caucasians, when they rent in pieces the books of the law which they found, which shows you that the Bible is not a white man's book. Go on. When they had rent in pieces the books of the law which they found, they burnt them with fire. And wheresoever was found with any the book of the testament, or if any consented to the law, the king's commandment was that they should put him to death. Right, so you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans back then, all right, these Romans caught you with the Bible and trying to follow the laws, they would put you to death. During slavery, the scriptures were remixed back to you, all right? They took your laws from you and they remixed them back to you. But yet you got our people talking about the Bible as a white man's book. That's the, what is it, Hosea 4:6? My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
That's why if you was found in slavery to be reading the Bible, you'd be put to death, because you'd wake back up immediately after hitting Deuteronomy and certain other parts of the Bible, which clearly state you go into captivity. That's why you was not allowed to be found with a Bible in your hand. Okay, so when you watch that movie, what is it, Rise of a Nation, yeah, he was reading the Bible and he woke up. But most of our people, they wasn't allowed to have a Bible in their hand. They'll be put to death straight. And wheresoever was found with any of the book of the testament, or if any consented to the law, the king's commandment was that they should put him to death.
Right, so the same in slavery. You Negro Hispanics and Native Americans or West Africans are caught reading the Bible in slavery, your tongue was cut out, or they put you to death. Not because it's a white man's book, but it's because it's your book. He didn't want you finding out who you were. Alright? But the truth is out now, there's nothing you can do about it. Okay? The faster this truth comes out and you Negroes, Hispanics and Native Americans and West Africans wake up to who you are, the faster their kingdom falls. That's why they keep giving you more and more of these little trinkets to keep you comfortable in their society. Because the second you don't find out who you are, their society is dead. Get me that. But Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the one that followeth after. Okay?